Welcome to the Pool Nation podcast, where it's all pool talk. And we ain't talking about netting and jetting or splashing and dashing. We're talking about becoming a nation of pool pros. We talk about the latest products, trends, and training in the pool industry. Now let's welcome your host, with over a decade of industry insider experience and still the reigning champion of Marco Polo, Edgar De Jesus, and his co-host, John JJ Flawless, the fastest netter in the West, and Zach the Pool Boy Nicholas.
Welcome, everyone, to the Pool Nation Live podcast. I'm your host, Edgar De Jesus, and yes, I am the reigning champion of Marco Polo with my new host that quit Hayward. He's no longer with Hayward. He is now with Pool Nation.
I agree. You know, I was actually thinking that on the intro song. I'm like, do we need to just edit those guys out and replace them with me?
You know, all the stuff that we're going to start saying that he quit, and, you know, he's with Pool Nation.
That's why he's not responding back to my email or text. That's what he's doing.
Well, you're used to that,
right? So, anyways, today we are in studio. We have a great Hayward spotlight with the crew from Hot Springs Pools and Spas and poolgoods.com, Jake Riggs and Stuart Lockhart. We're talking about a family business that started back in 1989 with Jake's dad selling hot tubs out of the back of a Ford Ranger. And yes, I did see the picture. That is true. And grew into 4 locations across the Southeast with a 5th on the way with over 100 employees. We'll get into how they built every vertical, how poolgoods.com now ships to 48 states, and why they make almost every decision to protect the retail store. But before we do that, I want to welcome everyone to our live podcast, a podcast where it's all pool talk. And we ain't talking about netting and jetting or splashing and dashing. We're talking about becoming a nation of pool pros. And yes, we will talk about the latest products, trends, and training in the pool industry. But before we get started, I want to thank our visionary partners. That's PPA, Blu-ray XL, Aquastar Pool Products, Natural Chemistry, Raypack, Heritage Pool Supply, Hayward Pool Products, Encore Brands, Poolside Tech, Pool Brain, Nidec, and Encore Filtration. Mr. Ryan, that's the last one.
Living the dream. I could go all day.
You know,
I could go all day.
All jokes aside, I was like, man, that's going to be 6 podcasts. That's going to be a lot. I'm probably going to be tired by the end of it. And I was like, let's do this marathon and do it live. And now I wish I would have, because I'm like, I feel fine.
Yeah.
Like
we could have done this live.
We could have totally done this live.
Yeah.
Boo to HR. HR sitting in the room.
Can we hit the live
boo.
Right?
Yeah, we can go.
And then we just sat in the hotel all day ready to go. It was like Christmas as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, is it our time?
It's our time.
Yeah. It is today.
You had the call time, right? And you had the car pick you up. And
we lost track of time. We're, on the phone and emails, and Aaron called us like, where are y'all? I'm like, man, we've been ready to go since 6 a.m., man. Where are you?
You're like, we went and got breakfast and then got pictures, and then we just kind of been waiting.
Yeah, exactly.
So, anyways, but Ryan, it's been a great day.
It's been awesome.
I have to thank you guys, because the people that you guys brought out here have been just absolutely phenomenal. All their stories. I mean, we just finished the podcast with Obi. What a great guy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, everybody's stories were phenomenal. I mean, just to recap one more time, the Power of Us campaign, the thing that we're all here to talk about is really people like you. Who makes our industry great? Who's propelling it forward? We think about the Power of Us as, it's a play on words, U.S., United States. It's about our Hayward's American culture, history, American roots, but we're manufactured here. We're corporately based here. But all that aside, it's really about you all and you and us hearing your story. And I just really appreciate you guys being out here and making the trip and investing the time to come out and talk to us today. Really excited. I know a lot about your story. Yeah. I'm really excited to learn more about it and to tell the world.
Yeah, so it's definitely a privilege being here. Very thankful to be here. When we got the call about us coming to Texas to do a podcast, we're really excited because we thought it was Joe Rogan. And,
sorry to disappoint you.
I'm a little bit better looking than Joe Rogan, bro.
Yeah. So, Pool Nation got some Edgar's fans.
You got second runner up.
No, but we're a big fan of Pool Nation. We watch it and really just try to take something away in any series that we get or any episode that we get, because it's really real to the professional in this industry. So when we got the call and, you guys said, hey, come be a partner spotlight, we're like, okay, we'll be there. So
absolutely.
Thank you again.
Yeah, appreciate you saying yes.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Stuart.
Yeah.
What's going on? How you doing over there?
Just living the dream.
Just living the dream?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
how you liking Dallas so far?
Man, it's awesome. This is Jake and I's first time in Texas, and a lot of good steak restaurants around here. And
Tex-Mex,
I will say that dry heat, in my opinion, is not as bad as humid heat. And so it did not feel like it was 95 degrees today at all. It felt kind of great.
And everyone's like, it's humid here. I'm like, it's not.
It feels good.
And it's funny because when the temperature out here is in the 90s and you have this humidity, it feels fine. But we do get in the summertime, you'll get like 2 or 3 weeks where you get the temperatures into 100. And once it gets to like 106 with this humidity, that's when it feels like that, you know, nasty. But other than that, it's bearable.
Caught a good week, 95 degrees.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
95.
Now, you guys should have played a round of golf. Is what you should have done.
Yeah, just a little late to booking it.
Do you guys play golf?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep, we do. But unfortunately, our industry is pretty much during when we'd want to play golf.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And then in the fall season and spring season, we're really just building programs and systems, and we build year round. So it's never really off.
Doesn't really slow down.
Yeah, it's hard.
We play golf when Ryan comes and takes us out.
Yeah. We have a good time.
Always.
When was the last time you played golf then? 6 years ago? Is that the last time you took it out?
So this makes sense now that he works for Pool Nation.
Thought we were friends.
It really makes sense that he works for Pool Nation. No calls, no texts.
There's definitely going to be a rumor started.
Oh, there's going to be a rumor going on right there. So you're going to have to put that in the HR thing that Ryan is no longer with Hayward. He's now with Pool Nation. So
She's like, I'm not saying.
we're going to start a rumor. Really? Yeah, that's actually a bad idea to joke about that. So yeah,
Ryan's great. Let's just
that's
squash it. He's with Hayward.
It was a joke. It was a joke, people.
Yeah.
So,
They're going to see the little snippet. That's
yeah,
it.
exactly.
ChatGPT sticks it up.
Yeah.
So guys, let me start with you. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name's Jake Riggs. My favorite color is blue.
You like long walks on the beach.
Yes, all of the above. So I am actually a triplet. That's kind of like the fun little thing that I lead everything with. And it's kind of cool because we help raise each other and our friends were the same interests, super competitive. I ended up playing football at the Citadel. My brother played football at Clemson. And my sister was a rally cat at Clemson. So very much a competitive environment that we grew up in. I grew up in this family business. So it's something that I tried to avoid for many, many years. Worked for a tech company for 6 years out of college and then got into the fold of the family business. But I have a wife named Caroline. She's awesome. We have 2 young kids back at home right now, another one on the way. So she's a real trooper for putting up 3 days of me being on the road. So Henry and Olivia, hello. And yeah, so that's a little bit about me. And then Stuart can kind of kick off about himself and his role in our company.
How old are your kids?
4 and 2.
4 and 2. Oh, so yeah, we need to take them down to Legacy West, and there's a Louis Vuitton and a Gucci store and stuff. Yeah. I think the wife deserves a little something, not on the Hayward account on there.
Yeah, so we'll make sure she's invited next time. We have a round 2.
So we got a +1, and I was like, oh, Stuart's going. I'm not even asking her. I mean, I'll make up for a hun. I love you. You're amazing. Yeah, she's very, very appreciative.
You know, Stuart, you're going to have to make sure that he buys her something because then you don't want next time the trip for her to say, no, Stuart's not going. It's me.
No, she knows.
Yeah.
So Jake and I are actually cousins. So we grew up basically best friends. I'm 5 years older. So it was me and then a bunch of girl cousins. And then Jake and Zach were finally born. That was the best day of my life. So
yeah, he picked on us and beat us up. And here we are, better for it.
Rightfully so. It's just a rite of passage.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Absolutely.
Now, with your brother, are you guys, you're triplets, but are you guys identical or no? You're gonna
Fraternal.
Fraternal.
I mean, I'll be in the backyard and I'll leave, and then he'll come and they'll continue the conversation they had with me with him. And he's like, that was my brother. We're very similar in a lot of ways, but we're definitely not alike in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So yeah, for the most part, we're brothers, and he's in a completely different side of the business than I'm in, but we complement each other very well.
Now, your parents deserve a prize because triplets, our neighbors had triplets, and I mean, they're like 2 years old now, and it's been hard to watch them raise triplets all at the same time.
It gets harder.
It gets harder.
No, it's great. Every season's been fun, and it just goes so fast. Like, my brother's my best friend, then we went to college. He had a girlfriend, married, and it's just like, see you, man, my best friend. And then now there's 7 grandkids under the age of 4 in our family household, with another one on the way. So it's 8 under 5. So family vacations are pretty brutal. Like, it's fun, but can I spank my brother's kid? No, probably not. Can he spank mine? Sure. I don't care. So, it's hectic, man, but it's fun to get together. Some of the best memories of my life are just spending time with my family. And that's why the family business is cool, because I can show up every day, work with my dad, work with my brother, work with my cousin, work with my aunt. Very much a family business. So thankful for that.
Awesome. So Stuart, what do you do?
Yeah, so I'm currently director of marketing, but had a long journey to get there. Started out working in our commercial department, moved to residential sales, and then a couple of years ago took over retail and service. So I've gotten kind of my hand in every little bit of the business, and everywhere I was working, I was doing kind of marketing for myself. And it kind of got to the point for us where we needed to have a full-time internal marketing director, and I got the call. So I'm excited about it.
And you're doing that.
Yep.
So, and it's awesome that you've already touched all the other areas of the team. And then what do you specifically do? What parts do you oversee?
Yeah, so my job's whack-a-mole. So whatever like the most stressful, pressing, urgent thing is got to whack it that day. No, but all seriousness, I'm probably more of the sales chief revenue officer, if you want to look at that, growing into different verticals and finding and enabling really good people that work with us to have a career and be able to grow. And my brother's more in like the emerging markets, like stabilizing our locations and operations. But we overlap each other really well. And what's cool in our business is we talk 24/7 so much so that our wives and my mom are like, stop talking about it. So we very much take it home. But, you know, there's days I'm in a dump truck, days I'm on a skid steer, days I'm picking up trash at a job because it's our family's name. And that means a lot to us. I want people to think of like Hot Springs as like the Riggs family. Very much involved. There's no silent partners. And that's the reason why I came to the business, because I worked for a tech company for 5 years. And my dad's like, there's no silent partners. There's no handouts. There's no inheritance coming to you. If you want to come be a part of this, come do it. So I started off doing liner changes and renovations and really the hard work that nobody wanted to do, but he knew I'd do it well and cut my teeth in that and learned very much about how cool of the business my dad built by doing right by people for 37 years. And I would ask the customers, well, tell me about your pool. And they said, just a great experience. When you built it, you actually came over here when you were 7 years old. I don't think you remember that. And I'm like, no, definitely don't. But I would ask the customers, well, thank you again for coming back to let us do a liner change, pump light, back at the pad. That's what we want. And I said, let me see your chemical closet. And I would see different brand chemicals in their chemical closet. And I would just ask the question, well, why are you, going with different brand? We do free water test, all that. And they said convenience. So that's what kind of focused me getting into my flair of our family's business, which was the e-commerce part. Well, I'll ship it to you. I'll figure it out. So somebody else figured it out. Why not us, right? So looked into that and kind of grew my vertical of my family's business, which is poolgoods.com.
Mm. So talk to me about your dad, because your dad, and you actually showed me the picture, which was freaking cool. It was like literally sign on the side of the Ford Ranger. But when did he start the business? And did he start just selling hot tubs? Was he building? What was he doing?
Yeah, great question. So my granddad had diabetes. And at the time, the doctor said that a hot tub would be really good for your circulation and health. And my granddad bought one and loved it. And he was playing in a golf tournament in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. And he was actually playing with a vendor rep for Watkins. So like Hot Springs, Caldera. And he said, well, I love your brand so much. I'm retired, but my son is tired of corporate America. Can we buy a franchise? And then at that time, the only franchises available was in Greenville, South Carolina. So my dad funded it, him and his brother, but my dad played in the NFL for 7 years. And at that time, it was his second year in the NFL. So he'll put a lot of the money up. And in the off season, he kind of used it as training. So we joke, Jim's like, I delivered hot tubs all by myself. And we're like, yeah, right, man. Like those things were styrofoam, But every once in a while, a customer will come in our showroom and said, that man right there delivered it by himself. And he's like, y'all got to understand, I'm 62. I'm like that. I'll beat all y'all's asses. I'm like, yo, man, we get it. You're Hercules. So that's how we got into the business. And then like any competitive person, you go into it really naive, but really wanting to do it your way and put a lot of work in. So my dad ended up buying a pool company, and then always nothing but like setback. Like the license holder decided to quit. So then he'd go get his license, and then find like one of his employees then was a tile layer, and then ended up being our head of construction and really, really key part of our business. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't say rags to riches, because it was one of those situations where like no one went in it to wanting to be multimillionaires or do it for the money. We did it because it was like, what else are we going to do? So they have a lot of cool stories about back in the past of like my uncle calling, my dad like doing a service route for a hot tub, and then he goes over to a payphone, and then he puts a quarter in, calls my uncle, and he's like, what's up, Smokey? Some nickname. You got 2 routes over here, and he puts it in his little atlas and maps it out, which we can't fathom that. Yeah, we can't do our job without Google Maps. So just like really cool stories like that. And then,
not to mention, he's the starting tight end for the Bengals
at the time.
So your hot tub's leaking,
starting tight end,
and
played in the Super Bowl,
your house to
everything. Yeah, played in the Super Bowl. So like, think about it. His offseason, he's coming back, and he's the pool boy. So at the time, all his buddies like Boomer Esiason and Anthony Munoz, all of them are like, dude, you're crazy. What are you doing? Like, you're never going to make it. Like, go buy a Subway and shut up. So it's a cool story. I mean, especially what the business is now, and then our generation coming up in the business and, you know, really trying to make our difference in it. And Jim's been amazing in it and being very supportive. And my Uncle Matt helped build a phenomenal business. And my dad actually bought him out a couple years ago. Just a great personality, could sell water to anybody or snow to an Eskimo, whatever the analogy is.
Yeah. So for your guys' business, and you guys have at this stage with the e-commerce that you brought in, you've pretty much every vertical, right? You guys build, you guys service, you guys do repairs, you've got retail stores, and you've got an e-commerce.
Yep.
So how did that happen, and at what stages were those other verticals brought in, and why? Because a lot of people will just be like, hey, I'm just going to build and I'm going to stay in this lane, or maybe if I build and I service, but to do all of it and then bring in e-commerce, you don't see a lot of that.
So like what Obi said is, the guy before us said that all of this was in his head and he had to figure out how to get other people on board and build a business. My dad always says that. It was all here and it still is here. Mm-hmm. So he had a master plan, but then go into action, something completely different. And what he's realized, and I've realized in my generation and journey in this family business, is a lot of it is surrounding yourself with people better than you, learning from different industries, learning from different go-to-market strategies, and just making friends anywhere. So my dad didn't go into this business wanting to build commercial pools or vinyl fiberglass gunite or hot tubs. He did it because he had nothing else to do. He really wanted a retirement plan. But when you get into that and you start meeting really good people, it starts opening your mind up. And this industry is full of really talented people. And my family's trying to do the best we can to give those talented people a voice and come work for a company that's very family first. And that could allow them to have PTO or benefits, 3% match or health insurance. I think that's what's cool about our family's business, is just how we're able to be shepherd and shepherd others in our vertical. So you asked me, like, was there a master plan? Like, do we want to do all those things? The answer is no. It's just what God's blessed us with and what we're able to do with not walking by that burning bush, but saying like, hey, maybe we should do this. Like who could stabilize this business? So then it turned into like real estate development, stabilization of real estate, turn into leasing the real estate we own, turn into like a service company, so that's just, just good people trying to do right by everyone in your ecosystem is how really where we are today. Mm-hmm.
Jake, I kind of think of you as like the chief strategy officer of Hot Springs. I mean,
I'm not that smart.
Well, just thinking about all the verticals like you're involved in today and that you are pursuing, which one are you the most excited about and why?
Oh man, I love it all.
Yeah.
My brain doesn't stop. My wife's always like, what's wrong or what's right? And I just say, I love you. I mean, there's stuff I don't really want to put on her, and there's stuff that I just keep to myself, though it becomes reality. Mm-hmm. Poolgoods.com is very exciting. We have a really good team around us. And that was the first time that I talked my dad into doing something for having a remote employee. He's always like, if you don't have dirt or blood on your knuckles or, digging a hole for me, like you're not working. So I think that to me was like a really cool tipping point in the journey of our family's business of like him trusting me, because I worked for a tech company for 5 years. So I understand like channel, go-to-market, relationships, distribution. And he believed me. And that's cool for your dad to really invest in his son. In his sons. I mean, my brother has since, wanting to start a store in Charleston, South Carolina. We built a lot of commercial pools down there. Mm-hmm. We build in 5 states commercially, 4, and then full flex to 5, depending on how good our GC partner is. But
what do you guys call that room that's padded that you do the videos?
Oh yeah. So we have a studio like this.
That's really neat.
Where we can shoot content for ourselves, for manufacturers, if they want us to kind of produce something. What we've realized is we're really knowledgeable because we're at the pad, we're in the backyard, we're selling it, we're doing it, but we didn't have time to really start a marketing company. So that's where I was like, Stuart, man, like, we're just going to have to hire some people. They could be okay, but we're going to train to make them great. You need to start running marketing. Mm-hmm. We have all the ability, all the resources. We have really cool backyards we're in, really cool commercial projects we're in, delivering really cool hot tub setups. And it's just like, who's going to market you but yourself? You got to tell your story, And so that's why we were.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting asked the questions every day. What cleaner should I buy? Why should I buy this? Should I upgrade? So you're just, marketing is kind of communication at scale. So again, it's a bottleneck of time at this point, but we're gearing up some resources to it. But we've done some reviews, we've done some short form content, and we're kind of getting that stuff out there. And we should see a lot more very soon.
We're hiring interns from Clemson. And my dad all along was like, we don't need to advertise. We don't really know what we're doing, And I'm like, well, there's truth to be said, but there's also some great organic opportunities there. And he's built such a good business that a lot of our business is word of mouth. Like we really don't have a marketing budget. Poolgoods.com, obviously, no one knows who poolgoods.com is.
Yeah.
Well, now they do, but
and you guys have the content, right? And I think that's one of the biggest things is people kind of like, oh, I have a pool service company, but they don't have the content. For you guys with all those verticals, it's like, man, the content is there.
Oh yeah. And then we're basically script writing from our employees. Like when you were at that job, what did they say? And then let's work through why we got there. A lot of our stuff is we're having to educate ourselves in this time of AI and this time of Google SEO and domain authority. And we just can't assume that somebody knows who Hot Springs Pools and Spas is. So we've realized like, hey man, we need to really invest in this, not rest on our laurels, not be fat and happy. Really look at this as a startup, just a new old company. So I think our generation's coming into this like, all right, let's go hit the offensive. Let's try to grow this thing. I wouldn't say franchise it, but we'll pay you really well. You can run a store. You know, you can sell, will be better than your
you can
UI job at some desk job working 12 hours a day, right? And have fun doing it.
So how many pools do you guys build a year? Just ballpark.
Yeah, about 400.
About 400. That's a lot.
Yeah, we have a lot of holes in the ground right now. A lot.
That's a lot of freaking pools.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's stressful.
Now, where you guys are at, do you guys do opening and closings or no?
Yeah. We have a pretty big service department, 8 full-time guys in the field.
Just our Greenville location.
That's just our Greenville location. So all of our locations have service. We'll probably open and close, 150 or so pools a year in our area. And most people, believe it or not, most people leave the pool open year round in our area. So it's kind of the minority that closes it. But we have a pretty good service team. And kind of going back to what Jake said, like some master plan. Without the people that we have on our team, there is no master plan. And we have a really good service team. Wilson, Bishop, the rest of the guys, like they're some of the best in the industry, to be honest with you.
Anywhere.
Yeah. And that's the master plan is we have really good people on our team.
So you want to know how, like I told you kind of how poolgoods.com came about, but I really thought about it. And this is how poolgoods.com really started. We're at our dumpster throwing trash off a dump truck. And I looked at Stu and Zach and I was like, we're going to do an e-commerce company. We're going to call it poolgoodsdirect.com. It's the only domain we can afford. So, you just look at that.
It's a really great domain, though.
Yeah, poolgoods.com.
Yeah.
That's just literally how it started. There wasn't some like my buddy who's in private equity told me I need to do this, I need to be this. And I think comparison's a thief of all joy. Do it your way. Think of your why. There's somebody out there that probably respect it and buy from you or want to work with you. So,
yeah. And so how do you tie that in? Because you guys have 5 retail locations?
4. So we're developing our 5th.
You're opening your 5th. So that's a lot. How do you use that to protect your retail store? Because a lot of the thought process is, oh, well, if you're doing e-commerce, then you're stealing from your stores to sell that product. So how does that fit into your strategy?
That's a great question. So we really looked at our end user journey and we really just kind of put it in a couple buckets. And Stuart can probably talk more about the details of that. But we looked at the customer. I mean, you can, like we always talk about COVID in our industry and every industry talks about it. You can look at pre-COVID, post-COVID, and you can look how your business was affected in both those times. So we really saw retail took a hit during COVID. And we realized that the generation that's coming up that are putting pools and spas in aren't going to come to a retail store to test water and buy chemicals. They're going to buy it from .com, Amazon, Walmart, whatever. So we realized that our customers loved us. We introduced them to this industry, but now it's time to keep them and keep them back, buying from the source that put them in this industry. That was a big pursuit on poolgoods.com. We went out and tried to complete our line card. We have over 30,000 items now, wide array of manufacturers. Great. It's really humbling to we went on a journey and met everybody. So it's been cool to complete our line card. And then at that point, it's just figuring out how to push it to market, enrich your data and your content, because it really helps our point of sale. So our e-commerce catalog really helped double our point of sale catalog. And then it helped our associates in our retail stores be able to have like descriptions and schematics and parts. So really at a point now where it's really copy paste. So we're really in the real estate perspective business. Like we're looking for like, okay, where we can put a store, good hopper of talent coming up. That's why we did e-commerce, was to keep our customers coming back to us. I didn't want to lose them to Amazon because it's a low cost, whatever. I want to add value by loyalty points, or if you're here, we'll local deliver for you. And then while you're there, it's a way in like, hey, do you need anything else? How's your equipment pad? So for us, it was just a way to complete our line card. We offered everything else already. So that was just the one thing that I felt like we were really short of.
There's another side of that coin too, where, not to speak negative, but there were a lot of bad actors that were actually hurting our store. And I'm sure other stores too, like just selling things that they shouldn't have even had their hands on, or
below map,
price check below map, things like that. And so I'm not going to say we are by no means the white knight or alternative, but we were just like, hey, we want to be somebody who at least does it the right way. And by doing that, in some ways, I think we've kind of earn the trust, because I think sometimes people who walk into a retail store almost think like for whatever reason they're going to get it better priced online. Mm-hmm. And we say, well, actually, we sell online or we sell on e-commerce or we're in that space. For some reason, that kind of just gives them some kind of trust and, again, protects our retail store, protects our service department.
Like it's us that's physically putting tape on your box and saying, like praying, thank you for this order when it goes out. It's not some massive private equity corporation company. But nothing's wrong with those. It's just, this is our family's business. We're not that big.
Right.
But, that side of it. And then just the side of, we was able to like protect our store and our guys, because like the most frustrating thing, and most of our retail people will talk about it that watch your show, is just getting price checked and some China ripoff, and being able to educate customers on like, our store is nothing but 100% authentic brands. Mm-hmm. We're not going to put something on here that is going to hurt and diminish our reputation and our customers. So that, and then just the fact that we felt like we added values in ways just because we've done it so long is kind of how we realized like, okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. Hey guys, let's do this. I have a whole bunch of questions for you guys. Let's do this. Let's take a word from our sponsors. When we come back, we will continue.
Hey Pool Pros, you're already at the pool. You're already trusted by the homeowner. So why are you leaving pool deck renovation money on the table? Cool for Pools is a roll-on pool deck coating that reduces surface temps by up to 38%, passes ADA slip resistance standards, and installs in under 3 days. No specialized labor, no tear out. Just clean it, coat it, and seal it. A 1,600 square foot job requires $2,500 in materials and bills at $12,800. That's over $10,000 in pre-labor profit. Add it to your next estimate. Ask your local Heritage or SCP locations about Cool today. Visit encorecoatings.com or call 888-776-2242. Pool pros have specific needs when it comes to general liability insurance. The SPPA program has you covered. With 3 tailored and customizable general liability options, SPPA makes it easy for pool pros to feel secure. Find out more and get covered at thesppa.com. U.S. Motors Neptune Variable Speed Motor provides a versatile replacement solution for all your pool pump motor needs. This motor can communicate with pool control systems, provide low voltage options to work with time clocks, and can be installed as a standalone pump motor. The Neptune motor can be easily installed on existing pumps, upgrading them to a variable speed pump without the need for replumbing. Enjoy energy savings and quiet operation by installing a Neptune Variable Speed Motor today. For more information and to find your local distributor, visit usmotors.com/pool. Blu-ray XL is the power of minerals working for you. Reduce your overall chemical costs and labor up to 50% guaranteed. Whether you have 20 accounts or 20,000, Blu-ray XL's direct pricing and free shipping to the pool trade have you covered. Improving pool professionals' profit and work-life balance is what they do. Blu-ray XL, the real mineral purifier. Visit them at BluRayXL.com.
Blu-ray all day.
Meet the Pipeline Pump from Aquastar Pool Products, the next generation of variable speed pumps designed for serious efficiency. At its core is a high-performance permanent magnet motor that's totally enclosed and fan-cooled, delivering consistent energy-saving operation. Paired with Aquastar's patented high-efficiency volute design, the Pipeline Pump maintains optimal flow while cutting down on energy use. And it's not just efficient, it's incredibly quiet. Thanks to a high-tech rubber motor mount that absorbs vibrations and dampens sound, the pipeline runs smooth and quiet by limiting turbulence. Its 2.5-inch internal frame ensures unrestricted water flow, and it's available in both 1.5 HP and 3.0 HP models, each with 2-inch and 2.5-inch union fittings for flexible and efficient installation. Experience the pipeline difference: incredibly quiet operation, peak efficiency, and proven performance. Ask your supplier for the Pipeline Pump from Aquastar. Available now. Natural Chemistry, a leader in specialty water care solutions for over 30 years, is proud to provide products that make pool service easier than ever before. Its unique enzyme formulations in Pro Series Pro Blend improve efficiency of your pool program while reducing frequency of filter cleaning and scum lines. Natural Chemistry is also well known for its wide variety of phosphate removal solutions that include a non-clouding formula in Phos-Free and extremely high-range removal with Pro Series Phos Remove or Phos-Free Max. Save time, save money, save work with Pro Series products. Stop sacrificing durability or efficiency with the help of Raypak's new Avia HD models that utilize NITEC, their exclusive industry-first technology. NITEC heat exchanger technology is Raypak's latest solution to superior strength and maximum efficiency when it comes to residential pool heating. With 900% more nickel compared to copper nickel in critical surfaces, NITEC creates an ideal surface to protect against scale formation and erosion without compromising on Avia's 84% thermal efficiency. Learn more at raypak.com/NITEC. The next evolution in lighting is here. Universal Color Logic 2.0 from Hayward. The latest in pool and spa lighting was designed with you in mind, making installation a breeze. Upgrades include a detachable cord and first-of-a-kind adjustable lower catch to overcome variations in plaster thickness. As always, Universal Color Logic lights retrofit into virtually any in-ground pool or spa while delivering industry-leading, vibrant color. Visit hayward.com to discover more.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Pool Nation Live podcast. We continue our conversation with Jake and Stuart. So we're talking about your company, which was started a long time ago by your dad, NFL player, which I thought was very cool. And then...
And my uncle, I got to throw that in there.
And your uncle was an NFL?
My dad, no, my uncle started with my dad.
Oh, I thought you were like, your uncle's an NFL. No. I'm like, bro, like...
No, he played at Clemson, though, so...
Yeah, he played at Clemson.
Athletic, yeah.
So, now, where did your brother go?
Clemson.
And you went to?
The Citadel in Charleston. Citadel. Yeah.
Should be some good rivalry stuff going on there, right? Or no?
I mean, when I was there, we beat South Carolina Gamecocks. So throw that out there. And then my brother obviously was on the national championship team. So should have just walked
Clemson,
on there
right?
and just rode the bus, rode the bench, get my ring and tell my kids I was Deshaun Watson. All good.
Oh, no, that's awesome. So I want to talk a little bit about it because obviously your dad, when he started, Stuart, for you probably come in, a lot of the stuff that's happening, right, is all pen and paper. Mm-hmm. We were talking to Tara. Tara's over there saying, my dad was just kind of on a piece of paper, was writing down their pre-buys and handshake, and that's how deals were done.
Don't forget the beer.
And the beer, right? So then they go have a beer. And so for you guys, and you have your dad, which is probably a little bit old school, right? And just kind of like you were saying, unless, they're digging or they're getting their knuckles dirty, younger generation comes in, it's like, it's not like that anymore, right? Yeah. So I want to talk about two things. One, I want to talk about your store experience because I think you guys do a phenomenal job. And I think what hurts our industry is that you say pool store and people think Leslie's, and that's not the case, right? Pool stores need to be an experience, and you guys have done some stuff, some great digital stuff. But Stuart, I want to talk a little bit about the marketing and maybe what was it like back then, and then what are the things that you guys are doing now, and what do you want to do into the future?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I'll say back then, we just had a huge name in our area in a smaller town, Greenville. And Jim Riggs was known very well by Clemson people, by Bengals people. Probably weekly, somebody comes in and says they went to elementary school with him or middle school.
To this day. I mean, at 60, I mean, that's 40 years ago from yeah. That's Jim Riggs. And he's like, I'm not Jim.
That changed rapidly with COVID because a lot of people started moving to the Southeast, Charlotte, Atlanta, and Greenville was one of the major cities. And so all of a sudden, nobody knew who Hot Springs was, like just almost overnight. But not only did they not know who Hot Springs was, but they didn't know what we did. So we would have people come in who had bought a hot tub and they're like, you guys build pools? It's like, you were in our showroom and didn't know that? Like, how?
How is that possible?
We're Hot Springs pools and spas.
Yeah.
Same thing. We'd build a pool for somebody being like, wait, you guys sell hot tubs? Or, oh, you guys do water tests? The best was when I was kind of helping up front, people would walk in, get their water tests, and they'd say like, who do you recommend for service? And I'm like, we do service, And so it really quickly hit me that like, people don't know who we are. And I think that's just true. And we think a lot of times that like people are probably tired of my social media posts or they're tired of hearing about me. And it's just not the case. Like in our information age, people don't know who you are. And so we quickly realized like we got to kind of hit the ground running. And so now we've modernized a lot of our marketing. We're really big into, we use HubSpot. We brought that on pretty quickly. We're really big into attribution. So if somebody fills out a form, clicks a Facebook or Instagram ad, or they call, we have like 12 different phone numbers that we own, and they're each attributed to a different source. And so if somebody calls us, we know exactly what source they came from. And so what we're doing now is we're just doing a ton of testing. We're trying to collect as much data, not necessarily on the customer, but on our ad performance as possible. And so we are getting to the point where we know exactly where we need to put our ad dollars when and where, down to the meta creative to the Facebook ad. Is a hot tub buyer's guide performing better than a $5,000 off sale? And where should our money be going? And so that's where we're at. We're not there. We haven't arrived. It's always working and in progress, but that's kind of what we're doing now. And so we've quickly kind of found just some channels that have done really well. And believe it or not, I'm not an expert. I think this has to do with AI, but Meta and like Facebook and Instagram is almost doing better than Google in some ways. I mean, I think it's because people aren't Google searching as much anymore. We're actually getting a lot of leads from like ChatGPT and Claude. We'll ask them, hey, a guy came in and bought like a $25,000 hot tub. And I was just like, how'd you hear about us? He goes, I asked ChatGPT. And it's like, okay. And so
that's a big eye opener.
Yeah.
Right? That's a big, scramble, and let's focus on that.
Yeah. So that being said, like we've just started focusing really on kind of quantity so that we can see, what's performing well. And then we just double down on what's working.
And then at our storefront, we talk about digital transformation. So Stu and I were eating lunch and we just always brainstorming to make this business better. And we were eating and Stu and I looked up and we're like, why don't we do a menu board in our store? I've never seen a pool store do that. And I feel like it'd just be fun and refreshing instead of staring at,
me.
Yeah, or like a coupon to buy 4 things. Like I don't want to be upsold or cross-sold. So it's been really cool because we're able to bring the menu board down and then Stu can control the creatives. And why that customer's at our register, we know that they're going to at least spend 5 to 10 minutes getting their water tested. Let's sell the heck out of them. And let's get subconsciously in them so they're looking up and then realizing like, what do you think about that cleaner? We'll spin around. We got all the brands behind you. Yeah. So we want to be very authoritative in that part of our business because if you don't market yourself, nobody else is. So I think, like Stu said, it's pretty eye-opening because my dad's like, we're the biggest and best, which, I mean, like, to me, I'm like, we suck. We need to do better, Yeah. Tell our story. So, I mean, I think that's where our generation came into this. It's more like, how do I work smarter? How do I continue to, we always keep our quality always in top of mind. I mean, word of mouth is the best marketing tool you ever have. But I want to encourage anyone that's watching this, you don't have to have all like the software and the tools and whatever you want to say. You can very much keep it pen to paper and run a very successful business. You just have to be a good communicator with other people. So don't get discouraged with what I'm saying. Like you don't have to be a corporate or anything like that.
Yeah. So have you seen maybe your dad over the years kind of change? Has he always been at the beginning? Was he kind of like stubborn, right? Like the brand and this and that and kind of have you seen that change over the years, or has he always been forward?
I think everyone has strengths and weaknesses in any organization. He's really good at a lot of things. And I think, so Stu, when I came on, Stu and Zach were very much employees for Jim. And then when I came on, I was like, I just going to be very overly confident and kind of be very directive and kind of like tell you what I think we should do, but also tell you why, and then kind of build a business plan. So I think in any business, you have to really be a big thinker and almost be entrepreneurial, but you have to dream big, be very naive, and put the work in. When I brought that to Jim, then it started open. Like we never thought we'd have a marketing role in our company. Stu was actually leaving. He was going to go work for an IT company. He's like, I love this stuff, but like I'm just burned out. Of everyday work. I was like, stay with me, trust me. And my brother, same thing. I was like, just because it's like how dad did it today is not going to how it's going to be tomorrow or the year 2, year 4, year 6. So Jim has been phenomenal allowing us to chase our dreams. I would say any generation business, if you have good people like second generation coming up, really just listen and pour into them. Like, it's been fun. Jim is like, we're selling to all these states. And, then it brings up the compliance piece of like what you can sell in that state, what you can't, like what are the tax ramifications. So it brought up a whole other thing. Jim's like, I'll pay people to do that, but don't get me arrested, Jake. I'll feature
Jim is the man. I
love that. Don't get me arrested.
He's like, I retired today. You go work, wherever else, but not here. You're not going to screw this up for me. I'm good. So I think there's a healthy fear every day working for my dad because it's like, I want to make him proud. I don't want to sit here and ruin his business or tank his business, but a lot of times I'm really hard on him and just very like joking, like locker room, because that's how he responds pretty well. But
I got a question for you guys. So I mean, like relative to the age of Hot Springs, you guys are kind of newer to the business and you seem to have over the last few years really taken the reins. Where do you see it going? Like when you wake up every day, what makes you the most excited to think about? Like what direction are you taking it? Obviously you're a different person, you and your brother, and you all are just thinking about the business differently. What's the future of Hot Springs? Where's Hot Springs in 5 years or 10 years? What's the vision?
We'll go wherever there's good people and who wants to work with a good family. We have a very good product, very great relationships, very established, very understanding of the data. And our biggest limitation is good people. So like Stu and I talk about all the time is there's times where we'll go into interviews and we're very high. Guy has a lot of experience and stuff, but then you ask him if he's got a clean driver's record. And he goes, I do. And then you go pull his record and it's the worst thing you've ever seen. It's like, all right, man, can't hire you. So what we're looking at now is a lot of outside of industry people and looking for like really good mindsets, really good work ethic, and then trying to train them to the business. But there's always a healthy fear because our family's business has been around to where you teach them too much to become your competitor. And a lot of our competitors in our area are because they work for us at some point. So there's always that. But then we realize like we're a really good, stable company. You know, like we could go into a market and sell tomorrow. We don't have some master blueprint. And I'm not going to tell you where we're going next. I mean, it's not like some premeditated thing.
Ideas.
But I mean, it's so much so that like I'll pick up the phone and was like, is there any old generational business that wants to sell? We'll buy. I'll put that out. We will buy.
Okay.
And that could be obviously Southeast preferable. I don't want to go hop on a plane to, I'm a big family guy, but I'll do that if it's the right opportunity. And that's kind of what we're thinking. I mean, Stu might have his own take. My brother might have his own take. My dad's like, I'm done. Y'all do the hell you want to do. And he's still sole owner. And he's, you know, it's like, Jim, what are you going to sell to us? He's like, y'all are terrible. I'm not selling to you. I'm like, all right, man, I'll just keep making you more money. And then eventually we'll figure it out. I just love what I do. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
So you guys cover every vertical, which is kind of rare. How do you make sure that you're always feeding from one to the next?
Oh, like cross, you know, pollinating or whatever.
So let's say that you have somebody from a service standpoint. You know, what is your staff doing to make sure that supports the retail, that it supports the poolgoods.com? Is that something that you guys, and I don't want to say strategy, but do you guys have a game plan around that, making sure that everything feeds off of each other? Because you do get a lot of people that go, you service? What? Right? So having your own people internally be your marketing people, right? How do you guys do that?
Yeah.
I mean, a real quick answer is, you know, our retail store feeds our service business like crazy. And believe it or not, those menu boards, we put up there, hey, when's the last time you had a sand change? And people are like, what's a sand change? You know, and you could have told them 5-7 years ago that you need to do it, or, hey, have you cleaned your salt cell? Or just like having a video of a cleaner. And so that's been cross-feeding service.
And then every hot tub we deliver, we put literature in poolgoods.com. Buy there. If you don't want to drive to our stores, we'll offer them loyalty points, obviously, for being a good customer, and very appreciative of that. And then our construction business, we try to get them on a service account as much as possible. But our industry, like our area, a lot of people are like, I'll just ChatGPT it, I'll YouTube it. I don't need you guys. You've already spent enough money with me. I might call us. You're not going to do it right. We got you.
Yeah.
But
we'll wait for your call.
Yeah. I mean, we've toyed with everything, like offering like service packages. And ultimately you really think like, does that really benefit the customer? Because you really want them coming back to you. So I think the main thing is like when I go to sell a pool, I have so many kits or whoever, I have so many tools in my tool belt. I can offer them an e-commerce discount. I can offer them a retail discount. I can offer them a discount on a hot tub. I can offer them a discount on a pool. I'll give them a referral discount, like whatever, you know? So I think that's really how it really completed our ecosystem. And then our e-commerce business helps our retail business because it helps, we can buy so much better. We have an ERP, so we can warehouse so much better, forecast so much better. So that helps our retail because we can buy right. And then the data that we have from an e-commerce company helps our constituents behind the register. Yeah. So it's a really cool ecosystem.
We just like to say we're here for the life of your pool. So
we're married to you. It's a hot springs pool is what we're saying. We're married to you.
When we build your pool, when we set your pad, like we're here for the life of your pool. So what's crazy is last year we actually serviced a hot tub. It was inside, granted, but we serviced a hot tub that we had sold in like 1990. It was still running. It was crazy.
That's insane.
And they're still our customer and they're still calling us. And like Jake said earlier, like, oh yeah, I remember when you came out here with your dad when you were 7 years old. Like some of it's just natural. Like they just know where their resource. They just know they're going to go to hot springs.
And then we tell customers all the time because they're like, well, what equipment are you putting on my pool? What do you like? Listen, it's a hot springs pool. You're not calling these guys. You're calling me, and you're calling me on the 4th of July. And I'm like, tell my wife, like, I'm selling this damn business. You know? But we'll be there. We'll take care of you.
Yeah.
Watching, so.
And then Monday you're like, yeah, I saved their 4th of July party.
And then I still didn't get a Google review that said they would.
They would, right? Or if you came out, they were going to give you more business, right? They were going to refer 7 other people. Yeah. So anyways, hey guys, let's take our final word from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Hey Pool Pros, you're already at the pool. You're already trusted by the homeowner. So why are you leaving pool deck renovation money on the table? Cool for Pools is a roll-on pool deck coating that reduces surface temps by up to 38%, passes ADA slip resistance standards, and installs in under 3 days. No specialized labor, no tear out. Just clean it, coat it, and seal it. A 1,600 square foot job requires $2,500 in materials and bills at $12,800. That's over $10,000 in pre-labor profit. Add it to your next estimate. Ask your local Heritage or SCP locations about Cool today. Visit encorecoatings.com or call 888-776-2242. Pool pros have specific needs when it comes to general liability insurance. The SPPA program has you covered. With 3 tailored and customizable general liability options, SPPA makes it easy for pool pros to feel secure. Find out more and get covered at thesppa.com. U.S. Motors Neptune Variable Speed Motor provides a versatile replacement solution for all your pool pump motor needs. This motor can communicate with pool control systems, provide low voltage options to work with time clocks, and can be installed as a standalone pump motor. The Neptune motor can be easily installed on existing pumps, upgrading them to a variable speed pump without the need for replumbing. Enjoy energy savings and quiet operation by installing a Neptune Variable Speed Motor today. For more information and to find your local distributor, visit usmotors.com/pool. Blu-ray XL is the power of minerals working for you. Reduce your overall chemical costs and labor up to 50% guaranteed. Whether you have 20 accounts or 20,000, Blu-ray XL's direct pricing and free shipping to the pool trade have you covered. Improving pool professionals' profit and work-life balance is what they do. Blu-ray XL, the real mineral purifier. Visit them at BluRayXL.com.
Blu-ray all day.
Meet the pipeline pump from Aquastar Pool Products, the next generation of variable speed pumps designed for serious efficiency. At its core is a high-performance permanent magnet motor that's totally enclosed and fan-cooled, delivering consistent energy-saving operation. Paired with Aquastar's patented high-efficiency volute design, the pipeline pump maintains optimal flow while cutting down on energy use. And it's not just efficient, it's incredibly quiet. Thanks to a high-tech rubber motor mount that absorbs vibrations and dampens sound, the pipeline runs smooth and quiet by limiting turbulence. Its 2.5-inch internal frame ensures unrestricted water flow, and it's available in both 1.5 HP and 3.0 HP models, each with 2-inch and 2.5-inch union fittings for flexible and efficient installation. Experience the pipeline difference, incredibly quiet operation, peak efficiency, and proven performance. Ask your supplier for the pipeline pump from Aquastar. Available now. Natural Chemistry, a leader in specialty water care solutions for over 30 years, is proud to provide products that make pool service easier than ever before. Its unique enzyme formulations in Pro Series Pro Blend improve efficiency of your pool program while reducing frequency of filter cleaning and scum lines. Natural Chemistry is also well known for its wide variety of phosphate removal solutions that include a non-clouding formula in Phos-Free and extremely high-range removal with Pro Series Phos Remove or Phos-Free Max. Save time, save money, save work with Pro Series products. Stop sacrificing durability or efficiency with the help of Raypak's new Avia HD models that utilize NITEC, their exclusive industry-first technology. NITEC heat exchanger technology is Raypak's latest solution to superior strength and maximum efficiency when it comes to residential pool heating. With 900% more nickel compared to copper nickel in critical surfaces, NITEC creates an ideal surface to protect against scale formation and erosion without compromising on Avia's 84% thermal efficiency. Learn more at raypak.com/NITEC. The next evolution in lighting is here. Universal Color Logic 2.0 from Hayward. The latest in pool and spa lighting was designed with you in mind, making installation a breeze. Upgrades include a detachable cord and first-of-a-kind adjustable lower catch to overcome variations in plaster thickness. As always, Universal Color Logic lights retrofit into virtually any in-ground pool or spa while delivering industry-leading, vibrant color. Visit hayward.com to discover more.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Pool Nation Live podcast. We continue our conversation. here with Jake and Stuart at the end of the podcast. And I do want to ask you, because we asked this question probably to a lot of the older people, kind of what advice would you have for pool pros coming in? And we're always asking it from the old timers and not from the younger generation. And I think what we're seeing in our industry is we are seeing that generational change, right? It's exactly kind of what's happening with you. It's a lot of the younger generation coming in, but a lot of the younger generation kind of coming in, kind of going, yeah, I get it that you see this as a pool company cleaning pools and doing it, but that's not what it is, dad or mom or whatever. It's like, this is a business and we need to run it like a business, not like we had back then. So if you think of all the verticals that you guys do, and you do every freaking one of them, right? What advice would you give to young people coming into the industry?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. First thing I would say is respect your parents that paved the way. You wouldn't be in that seat without them. I call my dad the Don, kiss his ring, right? Just, thanks, Jim. You know, that's how I go to any meeting. Jim, just thank you for the opportunity, but we're doing this, you know? So come at it from that way. But I think what was really beneficial for me is I didn't come right into my family's business. I like to say I got my corporate degree. I worked for a company called TD Synex, and I sold like HP, Lenovo, Cisco, Dell to the federal government. So I learned an experience of how to operate like a P&L in a business and how a line card works and how distribution. So I really tried everything not to be in the business, but my dad was like, hey, look, man, there's no silent partners can be a part of it. So I was very thankful to have that experience because it gave me a whole different outlook on this business. If I came in, you know, whatever, if it was all the only job I ever got, I think it would do my family's business a disservice. So I would say, go out, create your journey, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be technology or distribution sales or whatever it is, do it. I mean, the guy before us, police officer 30 years, and he built an org chart off a police org chart. Like, that's cool. This industry doesn't have to be very segmented, regimented, and hierarchy and whatever. So I would say get experience somewhere else first, come to your family's business, work really hard, follow orders, and then start understanding your customer and start understanding your employees. And that will take you to your next steps. When I got into this, we only had 2 locations. And then I started realizing, like, Dad, you built a great business, man. Like, this is cool. Like, you're kind of doing yourself a disservice by not hitting the accelerator. So Zach, Stuart, myself have been like, Jim, here's what we need to do. Here's why. Let's complete our ecosystem. If we get this person here that can do this, let's do that. Jim, if I'd find somebody to run this store here, would you do it? Would you fund it? My dad's like, sure. Like I said, Jim's been very cool in this whole process. And I think any meeting I'm in with him, he's always like, my legacy's through you guys. I don't need any money. I don't need any of this. I like to see you guys start your journey. And it reminds me so much of my journey. So I think at first, Jim was white knuckling, not wanting to give us any control or let us create the vision of his company. But he's been very awesome in stepping back, but giving us guide rails of like what he thinks is acceptable. That's my perspective on that. And then educate yourself so much more so than your parents could educate yourself, or whoever your business leader is. Like, read out of industry stuff, in industry stuff, look at that and challenge every decision you make, every system you build, and be like, is that actually like what we need to be doing? Or is that just like an old Hot Springs way of doing things? So, but then be slow to kind of change, but then quick to change when you know. So that's my encouragement to anybody, second generation, third generation coming into a business, is always respect the Don, the Godfather, right? But also be very confident in yourself and come with data and facts and say, like, I'm coming at you as like, you're my bank and you're in first position and I'm bringing you a business plan. Will you fund me? But you own it, but I'll work for you, but do you trust me? So that's what I would say.
Let me ask you one more. So obviously your dad is a big part of your family, and we joke, right? Like the Don, but we kind of get what you're trying to say, right? Yep. He's kind of the staple, the person that has put it all together and a nucleus around the family. You come in, I want you to try to think, and I'm going to get you a little uncomfortable. I want you to think 40 years from now, 50 years from now, right? When you're at the end of your career in this business, right? And all us old folks and your dad, we're all gone, right? But you're left. What do you want that legacy to be?
That I made an impact in my employees, my coworkers' lives, and our customers' lives, that we built a genuine product that make them very happy and built long-lasting memories in it. And that I was discipled and helped disciple people in my ecosystem. That is what I want out of this whole thing. I'm not doing it for noble pursuits of money or Ferrari, Lamborghini. I'm 6'6", I can't fit in that. But I think if you really look at your life, it's really short, and it doesn't matter what you do, but you need to do it to the best of your ability. You can't waste time. So that's what I want my legacy to be. And then be a good husband. And then obviously it's my most important job, be a good husband, but raise my kids in a way that they're better than me. That when they come to my business, it's an honor. I'm honored that they're in my business because they're better than I could ever be. And I would say the same for Stuart. I would love for Stuart's kids to work in our family's business, Zach's kids. I'm still going to say, go work for someone else. Like the Chick-fil-A approach. You're not coming into the business. You're going to go work shining shoes before you get in here. So that's my only thing, how I view it. My brother might view it differently. Stu might view it differently, but just really be a good person.
Yeah. At the end of the day, like, obviously you're always in business for profit and money, but I think the family business, when we are with our employees and talk to our employees, like, we want them to succeed and do well. And I know that they may not always feel that, but that's like when we're at Thanksgiving together.
We talk about
that's
them.
What we talk
like,
about all the
their
time.
weight's on our shoulders more than like our own, like what we want out of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, we employ guys from a second grade education to a doctorate. So you're just dealing with like a wide range of just really cool people and backstories and beliefs and everything. So I think that was, you know, really cool for me coming into this because I came from a corporate structure, square your military structure, square your corners, you know, hospital corners in your bed. Like, this is kind of like, wow, I can come here and be humbled by this guy's experience in life that I have no idea that a human being can go through that. So,
yeah. No, that's awesome. A lot of times what I hear you guys talk about here is really, I think, people that are in their latter part of their journey where money is not a factor anymore. And really what they care about is they care about the people and making a difference in other people's lives, right? And I think a lot of the younger people are in the mindset of, I'm not still at the stage where I want the Lamborghini and I want all these things. So it's amazing to hear you guys say that at your young age, right? Because I want you guys to think about the difference that you're going to make to all these people because you're going to be in the business for another 50 years.
I want their kids to go to college and do something they weren't able to do. I mean, why buy a Lamborghini, speed limit's 45?
Yeah.
I'm impressed with people that don't even know me. I don't even care.
Yeah.
So I think looking at that, you just really want the people that came and worked with your family were just better people to their wives, their husbands, their kids. Like, that's what I want out of this whole thing. And then whatever's left is congratulations, guys. I mean, that's how we look at this business. Not like cut costs, run it real thin and just profit. Like,
really that drives the growth because like we realize that at some point you can only like pay somebody or reward somebody so much at whatever stage you're at. And so scaling, opening stores presents maybe an opportunity for a store manager role. It allowed me even to step into a marketing role. So that's kind of what drives the growth more than anything is like, you know, one of our service guys he's our head technician for 12 years, just got promoted to kind of store manager, service manager. And that only happened because we grew.
And he always thought that he was always just going to be a field service guy. I mean, he looked at me in the face and said, dude, you don't know who you're talking to. You're going to be more than that. I'm going to make a way for you to grow in this company. And I think we all can sit here and say, well, I'm only this. I only will ever be this. Well, if you're a service guy, you can figure out how to build pools. If you're a pool guy building pools, you can figure out how to do service. It's how much you're willing to endure and put your money up and think and just be nice to people. I mean, you don't have to step on people to build a good business.
Yeah.
And if money's the motivation, it's not going to fulfill you. It's not going to get you.
And you're not going to make it long term. You're very transactional.
Yeah.
I mean, that's obviously why we're in business, why I'm here. We make money.
Right.
But I think that at the end is the fruit of the labor.
Yeah, 100%.
Total inspiration, guys. Thank you for coming out, telling us your story. We really appreciate it. This has been awesome.
Well, thanks for having us.
Thanks.
Privilege to be here, guys.
Thank you for coming out. Sorry it wasn't Joe Rogan, but hey,
this is great. This is better.
Second best, baby.
Yeah.
You know, you got, you know, you went on a blind date and you got the ugly person. What can you do? You know what I'm saying?
Where are we going after?
They bamboozled you, right? They were like, it's going to be Edgar's going to pretend for the other ones and Joe Rogan will come last.
Well, I didn't think it was happening. We're supposed to go first and then we just wait around all day.
We saved the best for last.
They did. They did come back and they were like, yeah, let's not go. Let's kind of close with them. That way we close strong in case we're weak. But we weren't. It went all
a lot of impressive people here. That
great businesses. A lot of impressive people.
Awesome people.
Yeah. It's kind of fun to see everybody kind of come together and hear their stories. And I think a lot of the stories are similar, but they're so different, right? It's like the hustle part, the struggle part is the part that kind of resonates to everybody. It's just the characters change a little bit, right? But you guys, I've mentioned it a couple of times, you guys did a phenomenal job with picking who was going to come out here. And I think a lot of the listeners are going to really kind of enjoy and be able to kind of build from that. So we really appreciate it. Ryan, thank you so much for coming out. Guys, thanks so much for coming out. Everybody out there, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Bye.
Awesome. Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Pool Nation podcast, a member of the Pool Nation family. You can listen to us live every Friday here at 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Central, and 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. You can find us at Pool Nation or poolnationpodcast.com, on Facebook, or on Instagram at pool.nation. And to find more info about Pool Invoice, the billing software built specifically for the pool industry, go to poolinvoice.com. Before you go, this is what the pool industry has been waiting for. Poolmanuniversity.com. It's the first platform dedicated to learning the swimming pool service and repair industry. A pool service community where you can connect and find videos on business, service, water chemistry, and repairs. See you there at poolmanuniversity.com.